Hi, it's Mark from Stone Advice. What's happening, my brothers? Tonight we are going to talk about how a Sawjet actually works. We're going to make some movies. We're going to do some tests. We're going to see how fast we can cut stone. And we're going to stop a bunch of this posted on my website, our website, your website. Come on in here a little closer. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. What you're looking at right here, we're going to cut an island and a large straight run. This pretty much is a full consumption of a piece of slab. It's got an arc on it. So I'm going to take you through the tool pathing process. What we're going to do first is we want to join all of our geometry. In this case, I'm going to oversize it 0.17 because we're going to run a 360-degree process on our CNC. These are the paths that we're going to tool cut. Boom, boom. It's this simple. Now here's how hard it is to cut a slab. Come into this. Boom. You add parts. We're going to cut 1, 2 parts, right click to accept, identify the parts we're going to click, add tool paths. This is soft granite. We want to do a rapid cut with the water jet, and we're going to go traditional, and we're going to saw cut through when possible. Bam, we've just completed the tool path. Now just for giggles, what I'm going to do is run a tool setup sheet, and it's going to tell us how long it's going to take to cut this batch. Let's take a look here. We're able with a Sawjet to run simulations. With the simulation, we can come down and look, and it'll tell us exactly how long it's going to take. 11 minutes to cut this entire slab. Now, there's the data. We're going to do it in the real world. Now, once we've plotted this, we hit send to barcode. Out spits a little piece of paper down here from my cool laser printer. Check it out. This is really tough stuff running a Sawjet, man. Here it comes. Oh, look at that. Boom. The entire program has just been set controller at the water jet. When I take the barcode scanner and scan this, it's going to bring up this program and we're going to make some slabs. Just walk. Check it out, brothers. We got the barcode. We got the barcode scanner. This is really complicated. Weird. Now what has happened, we can verify that this is the right batch by looking at that number. Here's our screen. We hit 3 centimeter, and you'll look at the slab. You'll see the lasers being projected onto the slab. What we're going to do here is verify that our layout makes sense, and it does. So at this point, we're going to hit float part and flood the tanks. Go ahead. Now check this out. We got the program loaded. We got the tank flooded. I want to show you guys something. After you scanned it, flooded the tank, made sure your layout worked, you got to hit this big green button right here. Now, as you can see, this saw is going into motion. Now, one of the things everybody talks about was the water not getting on the blade. Well, I don't know. That looks like a lot of frickin' water to me. Now, I don't know about y'all, that saw is hauling ass. Talking about feed rates, check this out. We're running at 95 inches a minute on a 17 amp load, 18 amp load. That is nothing. We're smoking. Watch this cut. Inches a minute, 17 amps. This saw can cut up to 20 amps. Now we're cutting at 105 inches a minute, pulling 18.5 amps. That is smoking. Now, here's the beautiful part about this. There's nobody running the machine. So far, we've been cutting for 2 minutes and 18 seconds. By the way, we have run 4,435 parts through this machine. don't think a Sawjet makes sense? Give me a damn break. You don't think there's enough water on that blade? I beg to differ. Tonight, we are going to cut all of that and all of that. We bring in. Here's my cool night crew. What's up, boys? Yeah. We've been cutting for 5 minutes and 57 seconds. Oh, now comes the good part. We're done with the sawing operations. That took 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Now the water jet's going to go do its jelly. Now, we're cutting this stone at 17 inches a minute. Right now what it's doing is cutting in that big old arc. Had this been a square piece without an arc, this cut batch would have taken about 8 minutes. Right here you can see we're cutting at 55,000 pounds. There's the thing that does it. And there we go. It's like watching paint dry, but it gets it done. Yeah, baby. We're at 9 minutes and 28 seconds. And we're about halfway through that large arc cut. "12 minutes and 54 seconds to cut this entire slab." I'm impressed. Remember we talked about that radius corner? Well, there it is. Look at that nice radius corner. Look at that. Perfect alignment. If the part was moving, you'd never get a cut like that. You see that? Nice radius, big old arc. Perfect parts, my brothers, perfect parts. The new software allows us to overcut all the corners if we choose to do so. As you can see here, the software is intelligent and it will only overcut to the point that it needs to prevent from hitting the adjacent piece. So it overcuts as much as necessary to make a clean cut unless there's a part next to it. The software automatically identifies that. Now obviously if this were Black Galaxy, it'd probably take another 3 or 4, maybe 5 more minutes. This stone's pretty damn soft and we're able to cut it pretty quick. Any questions? Look at that. Perfect. Ready to go into my CNC. Woohoo! Me and my 2 homeboys are getting it done. All right, check this out. The reason you want a twin bed Sawjet is we're going to spend 10 minutes unloading this and 5 minutes reloading it. If we were running a twin bed, it would be cutting over there right now while we unload this. Then we'd be able to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's a huge increase in productivity. If you can afford it, get a twin bed. Single bed's the way, a single bed's better than nothing, but a twin bed's the way to go. Once you've completely cut the part, in this case we're not going to save any remnants, so we're going to take a big, big hammer, and we're just going to go bam, bam, and we can start separating out parts like this. As you can see, we've got a perfectly cut part. If you were feeding this into a line machine, you'd see that this is all saw cut. There's no water jet there, and it would go through a line machine perfectly. If you got to do radius work, you're going to get some water jet curve, which is a little tougher on a line machine, but you're not going to run a radius through a line machine anyway, so it's really not an issue. Again, as you can see, nothing's moved. It cut like butter, took 12 and a half minutes. Gentlemen, this is a no-brainer. Have a good night, my brothers.